I'm the fire starter. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Lee, and this is Prepare for the Worst. So today we're talking fire. So I'm going to go outside and I'm going to test different types of fire starters and see which ones not only work, but which ones are worth carrying. Because a lot of things work at home, a lot of things work at the moment, but what is really worth taking with you? So sometimes it's better to buy something versus making it. So there's a lot of work you put into making something. You have the satisfaction of making it yourself, and it might be a little bit cheaper, but does it work well enough compared to what you would buy that's already made? So I'm going to go over a few things that I have made and things that are already pre-made. So it's getting dark out. We're going to head outside. It's getting nice and cool, so perfect time for a fire. And we'll see what works and what doesn't. So see you outside. Anytime you're playing with fire, the first thing you want to do is get yourself a way to put out the fire. I have a hose and a bucket of water right next to it. The spigot is real close, so it won't take me long to turn it on. And we have a lake behind the house, so putting out the fire won't be a problem. Now I'm going to do this with a cheap set of UCL, cheap little ferro rod. Not everybody has the more expensive ones. This is something that you could pick up from Walmart or Bass Pro or something like that. Quick, cheap, easy. Now I want to start with a striker fire. I got these from Walmart years ago. You should be able to strike it on the box and light your fire with that. I've seen a lot of negative reviews, and since they were on clearance, I'm betting they're not going to work very well. So let's give it a try, see what happens. Oh. Nope, that didn't work. Let's try a lighter and see if that works. Well, it looks like it took pretty well once it got started. But trying to use the phosphorus on the end is absolutely useless. I can see why they were on clearance. Nobody wants the dang things. Looks like it'll last a good long while. Burns pretty well. You just have to light it yourself. So the next one I want to try is a cotton round that I soaked in paraffin a couple of years ago. It is just paraffin, nothing else with it. So let's see if this one works. So we snap it, pull it apart, try to get those fibers exposed, and see if it takes. Not a great start. Oh, there we go. Just took a little finesse. That's not bad. And once it gets started, it's pretty decent. Decent flame. Slow burning. I think I could use that in a fire. Now the next on the list is my little torpedo, which I made a couple of years ago, dipped in paraffin. That is cotton balls pulled apart and wrapped around some shavings from different types of fire starters. So let's see how that one works. Well, I like the way it broke. I like the exposed fibers. It looks like it'll give us a nice start. Ah, first try. Look at that. Some nice candling. So what the interior is made out of is this. So I shredded this, wrapped it with the cotton round or cotton balls, and then soaked it in the paraffin. I'm really liking that. The only problem with it is it's bulky. You know, the size of it is just too cumbersome to carry with you. But it looks like it's burning really well though. So the next one I just made today, and it is a cotton ball uh, dipped in paraffin and petroleum jelly mix. So we break it. Try to pull the fibers. There we go. To get those fibers exposed, you're good to go. So there we go. It's not bad. Oh, that's got a nice burn to it. Slow burning, nice and hot. It's a nice flame. And those are small enough that you can put them in a small container and carry them with you. It's not that bad. Now this one is another cotton round. I just made that one today. It's basically the same thing as the cotton ball that I just made. So we're gonna break it, pull it apart to expose the fibers. And this is paraffin and petroleum mix. Just like that. Quick and simple. You got a nice fire, slow burning. See how it spread real quick? And again, they're small enough you can put them in a BB case or something like that. Altoids tin, anything, and bring them with you. So next up is basically the same thing as my old torpedo that I made. It is shredded stick wrapped in uh, cotton and dipped in paraffin, or paraffin and Vaseline mix. Right, fibers exposed. One shot. And that'll get your fire going. These are a little bigger than just the cotton, but once it hits the inside material, it should give you a nice flame. Yep. Like I said, these are a little bigger, but they'll burn a little bit longer, give you a hotter, cleaner flame. And put that under your kindling, you're good to go. Now this one, I pulled a cotton round apart, split it apart, and filled it with shavings from this and kerosene-based fire starter. And again, that's paraffin with petroleum jelly. It's trying. There we go. Sometimes you got to give it a little help. Well, that's the shavings burning. Doesn't look like the kerosene-based fire starters did me any good. They don't look like they're even igniting. So we'll avoid that one for the future. The rest of it looks like it's burning pretty well though. Now this is some of the kerosene-based fire starter, just shaved up in a little bag. I want to see if that'll take a spark at all, or if it's just a waste of time. Nope, that's not doing anything. Yeah, so if you have to light it by hand with a lighter, it doesn't do you any good. So this is just a solid fuel tablet, kind of an Esbit style. See if that'll take a spark off of a ferro rod. Nope. Nope, that's not something I would trust with my life. Not to start a fire anyway. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I'm sure it'll work as intended. Light the top of it, cook your food. But as a fire starter, there's better options. But of course, that's not what it's intended for anyway. So, no loss. So this one has me a little more nervous. It is cotton ball pulled apart. Just gonna use a little, which I soaked in methanol alcohol. Let that dry, and soaked it in paraffin with a little extra petroleum jelly. Keep it pliable. Now I'm going to rinse my hands off before I do this. So hopefully I don't set myself on fire. Let's see what happens. Nowhere near what I was expecting. It's actually not a bad little flame. Didn't take a whole lot to start it. My only complaint, it stinks to hell. Of course, once you get that on your hands, you've got to rinse them off. Otherwise, you'll set yourself on fire just trying to start the thing. Honestly, I don't see much of a difference between that and just the cotton ball soaked in paraffin. Now, this one here is the same thing as the last one, only I used sterno instead of methanol. I'm hoping this will give me better results than the last one did. It doesn't stink nearly as bad. Doesn't leave as much of a residue on my fingers. I'm really not concerned about starting the fire. I'll let you know if it sets my hands on fire. So, now that I really put my fingers into it, let me rinse them off. Safety first, right? Well, let's hope it takes the spark a little faster. Well, that doesn't look promising. And that's with sterno. That spark's going straight into, there we go. That one's crackling and popping a lot. Don't like the idea of that too much. I don't like how long it took to start it either. Don't think that's a great one to carry with you. It's a shame, I put a lot of work into that one. And I'm going to try the good old-fashioned fat wood. I haven't gotten out anywhere, so this is actually from Walmart. It's not good fat wood. But I'm going to shave some off. I'm going to fast forward, of course. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me do all the shaving. So we get ourselves a nice little pile of shavings built up. Don't want to clump it too much. You want oxygen under it. Then good spark. Nope. No, that's not taking very well either, is it? I'm going to chalk that up to the fact that it's not real fat wood, and it came from a box in Walmart. Let's see what a lighter does. Yeah, it'll take it. Burning pine smells good though. Again, we make ourselves a little pile of shavings. Let's see if it takes this time. Nope. Need a finer tinder just to get it started. Of course, once you're out in the woods, you can find things, birch bark you can shave, and that'll take a spark real easy. Dead grass, things like that. Some of the palm trees have a fur under the fronds. That's nice and soft. You can build yourself a nest out of that. And that'll get going real quick. And again, this is old, dried out fat wood from Walmart, so it's not even really good fat wood. So I wouldn't consider that a good example. Now there is one more thing that I wanted to show you. I completely forgot about it because it was in my pocket. This is a Ranger band. It's a rubber Ranger band, normally made from a bicycle tire. And a lot of times you use them to hold your stuff together. I use one here to hold my knife in. And when you get that lit, they burn really well. So that can be used as another type of fire starter, if that's what you got. I had a really good time. Got me a fire lit. Got to kick back and relax a little while. Got to enjoy that sweet smell of fire. Everybody loves the smell of fire. So it's been a great night. So hope to see you on the next one, and y'all have a good night.